Could your rising 8th grader qualify to earn a scholarship while in school? Helping students choose the right path through motivation is our topic on this edition of The Inside Scoop. Hey, welcome back to The Inside Scoop. I'm David Owen. I'm hoping you find this podcast helpful and informative to you and your family. If you do, please like, subscribe, and make sure you share it with a friend. Middle school years seem to be the hardest for students. While Cobb strives to ensure rigorous academics for all of our students, oftentimes it's the motivation of that middle schooler that's the challenge. Helping to keep them focused and on the right path in life is one of the goals of our amazing Cobb Schools Foundation. Here to tell us more about this is Felicia Wagner of the Cobb Schools Foundation. Welcome to the podcast, Felicia.
Thank you, David. I appreciate you having me.
This isn't your first rodeo. You've been here before, but every year is a new year, and new things come about. Tell us a little bit, though, about the foundation for those people who aren't familiar with what you guys do and why you're here.
Sure. So the Cobb Schools Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to fundraising for the Cobb County School District.
Okay.
We have 3 priorities: family stabilization, learning interventions, and a lot of scholarships, which is why I'm here today.
And we have just had an exciting celebration of those. Can you tell us more about what that was all about?
Sure. So it's actually a partnership with the Cobb Schools Foundation. We also partner with Cobb Mentoring Matters, which is a mentoring program through the Cobb County School District.
Yes.
And certainly academic coaches in our middle and high schools. So this REACH program is designed to help promising students graduate and receive a substantial scholarship upon graduation.
Okay, so 2 things. One, what is REACH? That's an acronym? Because we are in education. It has to be an acronym.
Absolutely. It is realizing educational achievement can happen. So it's really designed for those promising students and helping them to graduate.
Okay, and then you said substantial scholarship. So define substantial.
So the Cobb Schools Foundation's responsibility is to raise $4,000 for each of the qualifying students through REACH that we identify.
Yeah.
And so if the students graduate with a 2.5 GPA or higher, REACH Georgia, which is one of our partners, will match my $4,000 with $6,000. So the student will receive actually $10,000 upon graduation.
Wow. Okay. And so this has just occurred, and you've already awarded those scholarships. Let's take a look at just a little bit about what that celebration was like.
Tonight we're here to celebrate some of the most promising youth who have shown that they really want to work hard to earn their way towards a post-secondary opportunity. These 5 students have been carefully selected to be supported by the school system and earn a $10,000 scholarship upon graduation.
I am just ecstatic. I got tears flowing. I'm just so happy.
Your community is behind you. So when we ask the community to pledge to you, it's real. They've already banked on you having this success.
Congratulations. This is a tremendous opportunity. What you're doing today is setting you up for future success.
So clearly that was impactful. Can you give us an idea? Well, first, let's do this. So why don't you go ahead and tell us who those recipients were? Is it a long list?
No. So this year we have 5 students, and I have them written down so I can make sure I share their schools.
You may use a cheat sheet, and that's certainly appropriate at times.
So the first student was Catherine Korn. She currently attends Palmer Middle School, and she will attend Kell High School next year.
Okay.
The next recipient is Gabriel Ruiz Figueroa. He currently attends Palmer and will attend North Cobb High School. And we have Libby Shell. She currently attends Pine Mountain Middle School and will attend Kennesaw Mountain High School next year. Carson Stevenson currently attends Hightower Middle School and will attend Pope High School next year. And then our last recipient is Thomas Teo. He currently attends Palmer Middle School and will attend Kell High School next year.
That's amazing. So these are rising eighth graders, or were rising, and now they are eighth graders, right? And $10,000. That's quite a carrot out there. How do you find these students, and what does it take to become one of these recipients?
So the scholarship is needs-based, but we partner with the local school counselors and administration to find promising students that they feel will be great recipients of the scholarship. And so once the students apply, we have a scholarship committee with the Cobb Schools Foundation, and they read through all the applications, and they read through the essays that the students provide, the references that are provided by the school and the community, and then they select the final recipients.
So a minute ago, you were saying that these students are selected because of their needs-based or what have you, but you also use the word promising. Tell us, what do you mean by that?
So it actually is a great program because it is designed to help students who are not on a likely radar right now. They may not be the top achievers. They may be struggling in school, and that's where the partnership and the collaboration comes from, with mentors and academic coaches and a community behind them to support them and get them over that finish line to get their diploma.
Okay, so you mentioned several, I guess we'd call them stakeholders. I hate that term, but that's the reality. People who have an interest in seeing these students succeed in various aspects, like well, of course, the financial side is always a plus, but succeed academically is primarily what we're about. So tell us where the funding comes from. You told us originally that you have to come up with $4,000 and the state provides another $6,000, but where does that $4,000 you have to come up with come from? Is that from our taxes?
No, actually it comes from our very generous supporters to our foundation.
Okay.
So we have a couple of events every year, and we also have private funders that just really want to get behind these students.
Okay. Private funders being individuals who just have a heart for students struggling, right?
Yes.
How long have you been doing this?
So Reach Georgia actually started the program in 2012, and they targeted rural areas of Georgia originally.
Okay.
And then they opened it up some years later, and then Cobb County School District actually partnered with them in 2020.
Okay.
So we're still pretty new.
Great year to start, 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
So the scholarships fund, I would presume, any college aspirations, but I guess could also be used for technical schools and that sort of thing, right?
Yes, post-secondary.
Are you looking for donors, or is that the sort of thing that you're having to hold them at bay?
Yes, we absolutely need donors. So we can have up to 8 students through this partnership with Reach Georgia.
Okay.
So that means I need $32,000 a year to really maximize the potential that we have in the district.
All right. I'm sorry we don't have a phone bank of people to take phone calls.
Me
for
too.
This, but,
we need to get that.
Yeah, we'll work on that. So have you seen this impact students in such a way that you can say, yeah, this is worth pursuing going forward?
Yeah, so one of the great things about the program is students who receive the scholarship or who are nominated, they can actually go to any school district in Georgia and still maintain that opportunity.
Wow.
So we actually inherited a student a couple of years ago, and she graduated from North Cobb High School, and she shared a really amazing story. Her family was originally from Colombia. She was born in the U.S., and she is the first person to go to school, to go to college in her family, and she went to Georgia State.
Wow. Okay. That's a great thing to be able to be a part of.
Oh, yeah. So when she graduated, we actually met with her and her family, it was a special moment for all of us.
I bet.
But the family was just overjoyed and in tears, and we all were, because we were just so happy for her. She worked really hard.
Yeah, and there's nothing like that motivation, right?
Absolutely. And she said she wouldn't have been able to even think about going to post-secondary had she not had a scholarship like that.
Wow. Well, that's huge. And so we've kind of looked at the academic side of this, but behavioral issues, is that a part of this whole picture, or is that just assumed you're going to behave well?
Absolutely. So that's where the mentorship comes in.
Okay.
So every REACH student is paired with a mentor in 8th grade through the Cobb Mentoring Matters program. And that mentor is really there to, one, expose them to a lot of things that are in the community, whether it's maybe attending a post-secondary school or just going to a basketball game together. But it's really to keep them on track so that they don't jeopardize that scholarship through making some really unfortunate mistakes in high school.
Yeah, unfortunately, kids have a tendency to do that unless somebody's there to help keep them on the straight and narrow. So, assuming that there is someone listening or watching and they want to be a part of this, how do they go about being a part, either as a potential recipient or as a potential contributor?
Yeah. So for potential recipients, that would be a rising 8th grader, so a 7th grader right now. I would definitely get with your counselor at your middle school and let them know, hey, I heard about this. I really want this opportunity. What do you think? And work with them, work with the principal, and always encourage that. A lot of families contact me throughout the year. How do I get my kid involved? How do I get them, this opportunity? And the middle school counselors, I should say, are always fantastic to help make that happen.
Yeah, they are indeed. So they just need to reach out.
Yes.
Sorry, dad jokes abound. To their counselor to make the need known.
Yes.
Right. And then what about the donor side? Who do you look to for the donors? Actually, you mentioned two different categories, I guess you'd say, of donors. One is a private donor, and the other would be, I guess, a corporate donor. How do you go about finding those donors?
Well, it's really just getting to know people. What are they passionate about? I am on the North Cobb Rotary organization in Cobb County, and so they have funded $4,000 every year for about 3 years. And so they are very passionate about sending a student and giving them that post-secondary opportunity. So it really comes down to, as an individual or as a corporate supporter, what are you passionate about? Do you really want to dig in with student success? Because this one, it's not always cherry picking. This is really investing in the student, starting early before decisions are made that could hinder that opportunity. So we really try to pair our opportunities with what the passions are of the donor. But our donors love post-secondary. They want that opportunity for students that couldn't otherwise make that happen.
So civic organizations such as Rotary or Kiwanis or what have you would be good options for potential donors.
Yes.
And then what about corporate interests? The large corporations here in Cobb, we got lots of them.
So a great opportunity for a corporate donor would be to name a scholarship, to name their REACH scholarship. So we could have a TKE named scholarship. And so they are part of that celebration every year. So absolutely, those corporate donors really like the name on things to show their partnership and their dedication to students. So it'd be great to have that.
Yeah. That's amazing. So you are not only impacting, and by you, I mean the foundation and frankly, all the donors involved are not only impacting that individual family and the individual's lives, but you are impacting the community at large in a very positive way.
Absolutely.
And so doing this has really shaped our community. That's fantastic, the stuff that you're doing.
And from last night's event, it's a signing ceremony for those students. So they signed a commitment saying that they agree to the terms of what's expected of them. We also asked the parents to pledge, and we also asked the community who's in attendance to also pledge their support to help this student get to the finish line.
And in this case, you're talking about by pledge, not financial pledge, but
yes.
Commit to
yes.
Supporting the student to reach their goal, right?
Yes.
Again, reach. See, it just crept in there. I didn't mean for that. I'm sorry. Well, thank you so much for coming on and letting us know about the Reach Scholarship and a little bit about the foundation. We probably ought to do a separate podcast on the foundation and all the other things that you do.
Would love to.
So if you'd like to know more about how you can become a part of this good work being done through the Cobb Schools Foundation, you can visit their website at cobbschoolsfoundation.org or just click the link in the show notes and you'll be taken right there. As always, please give us a like, subscribe, and share what you've learned with a friend. They'll be glad you did. Thank you for listening to this edition of The Inside Scoop, a podcast produced by the Cobb County School District.